Where's the AI kicking my ass this time? And they about... Oh, they did die, and I slammed right into them. Alright. Here we are at a certain track in Australia that you probably recognize. And plus it says it right there. We're an Automobilista 1 instead of 2 because of these stadium super trucks, which are probably the most fun series. Like I said, we're an Automobilista 1, even though there's an Automobilista 2, but they don't have these vehicles. They got the track, but not the vehicles. For some reason. I don't know why they didn't bring it back. Probably the only reason to come back to this is, I think, in my opinion, is for these, but there's other cars that are pretty well done on here as well. And I'm driving these super trucks because they are quite fun. Not a lot of grip on the tires. Not a lot of stability under braking. Jumps that you gotta manage. Three-wheeling action and beating and banging sometimes. This is just like the most well-rounded series for your peer drivers, I guess. Ones who like a challenge. I think I just yeeted that guy out of the way. I almost died there. And into the back of these trucks. So the whole appeal for me in these trucks is that they're difficult to drive, and that's exactly why they need to remain that way, no matter what. You ask me, it's just that's what makes a driving experience fun to me. Is something that's incredibly difficult, I guess. I wouldn't say incredibly, but you know what I mean. Guess I'm wired differently then. Because I usually only have fun at cars that want to kill me. So why am I on here doing this in a game I haven't played in quite a long time? Like I said, one, it's because it's fun, and two, everything's update here in a couple days. It's gonna have ramps added to a figure 8, and that started a whole speculation of, are they gonna add these trucks? You know, at some point in the future, now that they're laying the foundation for it, I guess. Because I tried the Pro 2s, you know, short course racing trucks, and they just have way too much grip on a course like that, in my opinion, because they're on a much softer off-road tire, while these are more or less stock street tires that you'd find on a truck or SUV. I see AI kicking my ass this time, and they about... Oh, they did die, and I slammed right into them. Alright, we're back on lap 2 again after I had to restart from that obvious malfunction of my talent. So I was talking about hard to drive, right? And I bring that up because I don't want, like, say, iRacing to implement these, but make them easier to drive to appeal to a different audience, I guess, because these things are anything but. If you actually watch the real thing, they're pretty much what you see here. Three-wheeling, high-flying, unstable under braking, lots of wheel spin. And it's insane, I guess. I don't want any of them being deteriorated because of different fan base, I guess. Yeah, they need to be this hard. That's the whole appeal of these trucks. To me, at least. Because it's more or less driver versus vehicle and track. Not really, like, your your car's the best, you're gonna automatically pull away. Mercedes. No. So I more or less want to say that if iRacing could implement these vehicles directly, put it on iRacing, I don't want people who are new to that kind of thing saying, oh, well, my jumps keep nosing me forward. You know, it's physics suck and all that crap. No, that's really supposed to happen. You know, jumps don't just magically happen. You gotta put in the work to make them, you know, as level as possible. It happens at the driver level, not necessarily the way things are built and set up. And that's what I like about these. It adds another element. You know, most series have, I would say 3 levels of control: throttle control, braking control, and just car control in general through the steering. This adds one more, and that's air control, which I'll try to demonstrate here at the end of this lap. Yeah, the second to last ramp. What happens when you don't have air control. And I just want to put this out there for maybe people who would say that. They can see this and say, oh, hey, maybe I can learn something and, you know, counter it instead of complain. Because really complaining gets us nowhere, unless it's like for a good reason, like V7 tire model on iRacing. And I know I'm talking a lot about iRacing, but that's mostly what I do most of the time, but I figured this would be a good excuse to get me to drive these trucks on a different sim, but talk about a certain topic. Oh shit, thought I was going over there. Alright, here's what happens when you don't have throttle control or air control. That. And plus those 2 guys also didn't. They killed themselves. Now, ramps like this that are, you know, really slow speed things, you should be able to just full throttle it, get away with it like that. So, I can talk about certain things. I guess you could just see this as like a mini tutorial, I guess. I'll have actual proper off-road tutorials coming next season, you know, here in a week. Talking about how to drive these type of vehicles. Mostly the Pro 2s on iRacing because that's what I spend most of my off-road time in. I haven't lately, but yeah, I plan to. Hopefully this will get more participation. Just, you know, maybe some viewers out there see this, can learn some things about off-road and improve themselves. Even though we're on pavement, but the jump section, here's what I'm talking about. See, it's another one of them jumps where you don't need to do much. So anyone that says like the physics are wrong, just watch the video and learn how to improve the air control yourself, and you'll start to have a probably much better experience. Now here's a proper jump, like that. Probably see by my inputs, I lifted just a little bit right at the base and then throttled up as I hit the ramp. Yeah, that's something I like to call preload. I don't even know if that's a proper term or not. It's just what I feel like is going on. You're preloading the front of the suspension, and then when you get off the ramp and hit it and throttle up, it, you know, it unloads it. Which there, I overdid it actually. You can overdo the preload and you'll point the truck straight up, which you can recover from most of the time. It's the nose down. It's the nose down, pitch down that is the hardest thing to recover from, because once it happens, there's not much you can do to stop it or fix it. So you're better off getting the jump right the first time. And if you overdo it, you're better off overdoing the preload and pitching the nose up into the sky, because just hit the brakes and it'll bring it back down more than likely. When you're nosing down, throttling up's your only option. Well, if you were already throttled up to cause that, not much you can do. So if you do pitch down, do not let off the gas, because it's just going to double the intensity. Which again, I'll show in the next ramp what it's like to have a pitch up. And then I guess the last lap, or the next lap, I mean, I'll show you just how to do it properly, but you've probably been seeing this whole video, except for those times I demonstrated. And hopefully I don't fail through here. I've been real ginger through there. Alright, here's a... See how pitched up it is? And I slammed on the brakes and it sort of brought me down, but there's only to an extent you can go without it. I about flipped again. Alright, this one I'll just show how to set it up properly. See, like that was pretty level. And there's one more little element that I haven't really talked about because I haven't really had a need to. You can kind of control roll a little bit with the steering because you have these big meaty tires, which is also what contributes to that braking. Yeah, bringing the nose down deals your rolling mass, I guess. Energy's got to go somewhere. And that usually results in a pitch forward. Man, these things are they're such a blast. I can't emphasize it enough. If you're debating picking up this sim because, you feel it's outdated, if anything, if you can find it on sale on Steam, get it for a cheap price, and if anything, just for these trucks. Because they don't have them on the second Automobilista, just this one. I don't know if they're going to add it, but it's not there yet. Yeah, this might not have, great graphics or anything. You can tell by the steering wheel how cheap it looks, but no rain or anything, but it's still a good sim. Especially for open wheelers and other obscure V8 type vehicles. So there's really not much else to say. Say if you're interested in these, go ahead and try to find a copy for a decent price. And like I said, look forward to more like off-roading tutorials come next iRacing season, which starts, like I said, next week or this week or whatever you want to say it starts. I'll have more videos this whole next year as well. It's probably going to be more involved. I said that like 4 times in a row already this season, or this past year, but I plan to this time. I didn't realize it's the last lap. There's some of the 3-wheel action there. I have my... Whoa, oh jeez. Sorry, I about died there. I had to stop my sentence halfway through. I guess that's why I don't take too much curb. Yeah, it's a good thing none of these sims have like driveline breakage, because this thing would be destroyed the way I'm landing on these things. Even with torque converters and all that, it's not going to prevent the snapping of driveline like that. I don't know. Not much else to say about this video. I just wanted to bring a topic forward that needs to be addressed, just in case people try to bitch, just in case iRacing brings them. That's just the way these things are, and I don't know what happened. What the hell? I'll take it. That's a free spot for me. So I'm also going to talk about the new update for iRacing come Wednesday, of all the content that I get, because there's a lot of content and I can't afford it all. So that said, Sim Racing TV side.